Are the judges ready? Timer ready? Opposing team?
Yeah.
Quote, it is a capital mistake to theorize before one has data. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Data, information, and intelligence are essential to this fast-paced and modern world we live in, especially when it comes to our public safety. If one does not have data, all one has is a guess. And a guess is nothing, especially when it comes to our safety. Today, my teammate Adeline Cullen and I stand firmly against the resolution, but the United States should curtail domestic surveillance. The affirmative today has shown a lack of care for public safety by saying we should cut back on these safety measures. While the arguments for privacy are plausible, I cannot condone cutting these back. Observation 1, definitions. The NSA, National Security Agency. Data, facts and statistics collected together for reference or analysis. Oxford Dictionary. Observation 2, harms. No threat of its own. Quote, the third rule of ethics of means and ends is that the war justifies almost any means. Solonasky. The act of surveillance itself causes no harm on its own. Being videoed or having more messages or views does not hurt anyone. This slight invasion of privacy justifies the means of public safety. Harm 2, the Fourth Amendment. When the government faces an increased need to react swiftly or flexibly, or when there are an interest of public safety at stake beyond the interest of law enforcement. When the argument of the Fourth Amendment was presented, the Stellar Wind issued the statement, where the national security is threatened due to sensitivity and the fluidity of domestic and international intelligence. Quote, every federal court has ruled on the question and concluded that even in peacetime, the president has constitutional authority and consistent with the Fourth Amendment. Harm 3, help stop things before they start. Quote, because there are extensive web of government surveillance in place across the country, there is a national deterrent in place that stops criminal activity before it can even start. With this extensive government surveillance in place, it helps discourage crimes. Why attempt to break the law when there's such a high probability of being caught? Observation 3, plan. Mandate. We should keep the status quo of the surveillance programs. Agency. It be overseen by the Homeland Security Department and Department of Defense. Enforcement. The agents in the field and the directors of defense. Funding. No new funds would be necessary. Observation 4, advantages. To collect info. Advantage 1. Quote, the purpose of collecting data is to provide a basis for action or recommendation. Edward Deming. Mark Thessian agrees that there are 3 ways for the government to collect info: infiltrating, questioning, or intelligence. This allows to collect calls, messages, and emails from citizens. This level of intelligence for keeping innocent people safe does not impact our culture or day-to-day lives. Our culture remains intact despite surveillance. Advantage 2, alternative. If the critics don't think the NSA should be collecting this information, perhaps they'd like to explain just how they would like to stop terrorist and defense attacks. Knowing the 3 ways to obtain info from criminals, integration, penetration, and intelligence. Due to Obama's stifling of gathering evidence, the greatest form of gathering information is intelligence. Without interrogation or intelligence, how exactly are we supposed to protect our country? Advantage 3, to keep people safe. Quote, even though this effort can track the phone calls, text messages, and emails of millions of people who pose no threat in this country, the argument is that the government surveillance is necessary to detect any association with international terrorism. Technology has advanced in such a way that gives us the tools to stop terrorism before it even gets a chance to cause real damage. Conclusion. Quote, everyone has an effect on others. Some inspire others to do great things. Some take people into crime with them. Some take that gift to infect those around them even more. Without regular domestic surveillance, such as police officers, undercover and uniform officers, traffic and security cameras, our lives would be incredibly different. Cost of living is soar, with insurance rates rising the cost of products and the cost of housing. The cost of living would inevitably cause more crime in this never-ending cycle. This proves that surveillance is necessary in our world. This is why I urge you to vote against the resolution and not curtail domestic surveillance. I now stand ready for cross-examination.